Safety in schools. We talk to school leaders about keeping students safe.
Supporting the community, Rockwood's Got Your Backpack program feeds hundreds of students annually.
Getting in tune. Students and a teacher rock out during ACT Lab.
One local coffee shop sets itself apart with their Friends-themed brews.
Cats at the court. The boys' basketball team prepares for their winter season.
The future of sports, esports, combines skill and competition right here at EHS.
Another sport on the rise. We hit the pickleball court to end our broadcast.
All that and more. This is EBN.
Thanks for joining us on our November EBN broadcast. I'm Kaden Klages, joined alongside Erik Campa.
School safety is an increasingly important concern for schools. Reporter Ella Hammerschmidt talked to school leaders on how they're prioritizing school safety.
In light of recent events, we talked to Dr. Ardledge and Officer Ployer concerning the security measures to ensure the safety of our staff and students.
Just one of my duties as administrator at Eureka High School is the safety and security plan and the emergency plans. This year we have all doors are locked. People enter and exit through the Welcome Center using School Pass. So that goes through a national database. So we're very conscientious about the people that are coming in and out of the building.
We all need to do our part though and work together, students, staff, admin team, do our part in making sure that doors are not propped open, that we're all out in the hallways visible to all the students, and it really makes for an effective way of making sure you have a safe school. Officer Ployer walks the building daily. I mean, checking doors, pulling on doors, making sure things aren't propped open. Lots of signage saying not to prop doors open. We are very conscientious and very aware of what we're trying to do for the safety and security of our kids and our faculty. We working with the teachers to make sure they know how to properly barricade their doors in the event of an intruder, situation, and they're frequently updated on how to, maintain their rally points if whatever reason we had to exit the school or evacuate the school. But they are kept up on safety matters. Overall, I would say that Eureka High School is a pretty safe campus. We do have our plans in place. If something were to happen, pray to God that nothing ever does. But I believe that we are prepared if something does happen.
Rockwood's Got Your Backpack Food Pantry benefits students every week. EBN takes a closer look at the program.
Got Your Backpack is a program for all students in the Rockwood School District where we provide weekend food bags for students and their families who might be experiencing food insecurity. My name is Jennifer Fine, and my role is volunteer. I really am in charge of making sure that the pantry runs smoothly on a weekly basis, and I just help coordinate any volunteers that might want to come and work in the food pantry. It got started by a teacher that used to work at Fairway, Maureen Smith, and what she did was she had discovered the program through Kansas City, and she researched it and said that we didn't have anything like that. So when it started, she started with the 10 most neediest families in the district, and it's grown ever since. We're just really grateful for donations. The whole pantry runs only on donations. So anybody who's willing to donate their food or their time, we really appreciate. We try to pick foods that are non-perishable to pack, things that are pretty easy to make, sometimes microwave meals, something that would also be somewhat nutritious for families, but mostly something that's easy and non-perishable. Right now, we're packing about 70 bags a week for the whole school district. That number does fluctuate a little bit, but most recently it's been about 70 bags. We love people to help out, and a way that people could help out is by donating to the food pantry that's located at Fairway Elementary. What they can do is they can either make food donations through our Amazon site, they can drop food off at Fairway, or they can make monetary donations where then we will shop and buy food, knowing what our needs are.
A conversation about playing guitars with the student and language arts teacher Gary Baumstark sparked the idea for a jam session.
So one day in ACT Lab, it was me and some of my friends. We were in Baumstark's class, and this one freshman kid, I don't know his name, but he brings in his guitar and he was talking to Mr. Baumstark about it, right? And I go, "You play guitar, Mr. Baumstark?" And he's like, "Yeah." So we just were doodling around on his guitar, basically. And I was like, "Hey, we should do a duet at some point." And he was like, "All right." So we did a Rolling Stones song. We did "You Can't Always Get What You Want." We did that in ACT Lab and brought all my friends, and it was nice. It was like a kind of a concert type of deal. And I was like, we should do this again at some point.
I play guitar. Scott Fletcher plays guitar, electric guitar, and sings. Colin Ubroth plays drums. Colin Dames plays piano, and Clayton Weckerlin plays bass.
I've been playing guitar ever since I took guitar class in high school, freshman year. That's when I started, but I'm pretty much self-taught from there, so.
So I play bass guitar. I've been playing, I started, I guess, about 8th grade. So I guess I've been playing for about 3 years now.
Mr. Baumstark, I love Mr. Baumstark. He really is, he's the central piece of the band, really, because it's just so fun to get to play with him because he has so much, knowledge and so much experience, and it's great. And he's fine with playing anything, and I can tell he has a lot of fun doing it. And it's just, what's really fun for, I think, all of us is getting to play with a teacher. It's like, you build like a connection with him, and then when you see him in the class, it's like, it's on another level, and it's awesome to be able to play with him and form a connection with him. I love it.
Right now, just kind of getting together and jamming, having fun is a little pressure, and it's a ton of fun, meeting in the band room. But I think it would be fun to actually play some kind of, like maybe at lunch or before school, or I don't know, at some kind of assembly or something, so students could actually see, not necessarily me, but these other talented kids that are really great.
The sitcom Friends sparked the idea for one local coffee shop to combine their love for the show with coffee.
So the first idea to open a coffee house, I would say, was when we moved in here to Eureka, beginning of 2016. When you are doing something and you want to continue doing this with passion and energy and motivation, you should go into something that you really enjoy, you are passionate about, and you like to do. So I discovered that as I get older, things change. I like something more or less. There's one thing that is constant, and it's friends. When I came to US for the first time, it was in 2004, and I thought I know how to speak English. Turns out I was wrong. So in the evening when I was working on my homework, because I was taking classes at community college, when I was working on my homework, I would watch Friends, and that's how I learned English. And then also from NPR and reading St. Louis Post-Dispatch, but that's what it was. And I mean, I have an accent, I'm aware of that, and sometimes when people ask me, I'm not offended, I'm not afraid to share where I'm from, so sure. Customers are a great source of ideas. A lot of things that are here in terms of like decorations, I can't take credit for it because it was customer's idea who said, you know what, you should do blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it's a great idea. I'm gonna look into it, and it happened. Because the residents here support local businesses, they care about local businesses, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful community. So yeah, I wouldn't have done it any other place but here.
The winter sports season is here. The boys basketball team looks to reload and win a district championship. EBN hit the court with the team.
Before the game, as a team, we listen to music in the locker room just to get hyped up. And then, personally, by myself, I meditate just to get in the right state of mind and calm my nerves. I'm looking forward to playing in front of the Cat Pound, especially against Lafayette, and just hanging out with my teammates.
I definitely think we can. Last year we had a lot more seniors, but we're a really deep team this year. Everyone is really tough, and I think we play as hard as any other team out there. So I think we're going to be a really tough team to beat.
My goals as a coach is I just want our kids to come out and compete and play to the standard that our coaching staff asks them to. You know, we won 20 games last year, which is kind of the number that all basketball teams want to win. So that would be a great achievement for these guys. And, you know, compete in our tournaments, you know, play for a district championship. This team's going to adapt well. We got a real tough group of kids. I'm excited to see how they will step into new roles. Losing 9 guys is a lot. We're losing our top 4 scorers. So new players, the 3 seniors, Carter Left, Cole Olivio, and Dakota Joggers will step into new roles, and we'll need some young guys to step up as well.
Video games as a sport, esports has arrived at EHS. We take a closer look at one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
Oh, that would have been cool. Okay, that was high.
So I was actually approached by a student, Antonio Bryant, last year. It would have been probably about mid-year when he approached me about it. I know about esports just from being a gamer myself, so it was something I definitely wanted to look into. Started reaching out to other high schools as well, because I know they've had an esports team for a while now. And so I knew that was something that our school was capable of, and so we started pursuing it, and we got the clearance for it. So the league that we're in, the MOSAF League, they have different games per season. Like right now they're playing Overwatch, which transitioned to Overwatch 2, Rocket League, and then Super Smash Brothers. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a team together before the start of the season, but I know in the spring, Valorant is one of the games that we'll be playing. So that's actually what some of the guys have been playing right now, just to start practicing for it. Since we're not really competing until the spring season, it's kind of come and go. We probably won't do a tryouts for the team until probably winter season, so we can really start the team together in terms of competitiveness, and so we can have our starters and we can have our alternate players as well.
Really?
Sports team.
You
Well,
two are
when I was little, I liked to play video games a lot on the Wii, so I thought Smash Bros is a fun game to play. So I thought, why not join esports? Because I like playing Smash Brothers with my family and my friends. I like being competitive sometimes. Really brings out who I am as a gamer.
Another fast-growing sport is the game of pickleball. EBN reporter Gracie Herberholt picks up the paddle to end our broadcast.
Pickleball has become so much more prevalent here at Eureka, with students and staff taking the sport to the next level, from playing in team sports to outside of school too. EBN talks to Chad Lamison and Emma Stamberger.
Pickleball is a combination of ping pong, tennis, and it's the same court pretty much as badminton with just some slight differences, but mainly it's ping pong on the ground.
I started playing pickleball on Father's Day. I started playing with my dad in order to spend more time together.
I started playing pickleball about 4 years ago. My brother, who lives in Tennessee, kind of introduced it to me when I went down to visit him during spring break.
We play pickleball usually either at Schroeder Park outside, but indoors, now that it's wintertime, we play at MPC, which is Missouri Pickleball Club. It's in Gravois Bluff.
Most of the time I play here. I also play at Schroeder Park in Baldwin. There's some more outdoor courts in Baldwin and all over St. Louis, but I'm hoping that Eureka gets some outdoor courts put in.
Last, we talked to Caleb Regg about the change in popularity pickleball has seen just within the last year.
So last year we had like one court set up, and there was only like two to four people that ever played. And now they have 4 courts at the same time, and there's a line constantly waiting for people all the time.
So much more is to come from pickleball, but for now, we'll leave the paddle on the court. For EBN, I'm Gracie Herberholt.
We hope you all have a great Thanksgiving break. Just a reminder, there is no school next Wednesday, November 23rd.
That's all for us here from Studio E at Eureka High School for EBN. I'm Erik Campa.
And I'm Kaden Klages. We'll see you here in December for our next broadcast.